If my sense of identity is based on what I have, on my possessions, if I can say I am what I have, then the question arises, what am I if I lose what I have? Therefore, the sense of identity based on what I have is always threatened. A person is anxiously concerned of not to lose what he has, because he doesn't lose just what he has, he loses his sense of self. If I feel I am what I have and I have nothing anymore, then I am not. And that sense of identity, which is based on to be, is entirely different, because that can never be taken away from me except if I'm insane or in some peculiar circumstances. I feel, I see, I love, I am sad. All these human experiences, which can be expressed in verbs, are human activities which are not dependent, which cannot be lost or destroyed. And therefore, the person whose sense of identity is based on what he is, that is to say, on the expression of his inner faculties, potentialities in the world, or in that sense in what he does, but does not in an outward sense, he does not have the anxiety to lose himself because something may be taken away from him. He is really free from that danger.
One thing I would like to get absolutely straight. You don't, I'm sure, feel that there are such people who are entirely in the having mode and such people who may be entirely in the being mode. What I get at is that these two qualities coexist in the individual.
Yes, they coexist. And the question is, like in so many other empirical matters, a matter of quantity, in what proportion it exists. Now, if one would imagine a person who is entirely in the mode of having, I would say he would be insane. And if we would imagine a person who is entirely in the mode of being, we would call him a saint. The saints are rarer than the insane people, unfortunately, but most of us are somewhere in between, and it is a matter of empirical analysis, which is not difficult to accomplish, to come to know what proportion, by and large, in a person is in the level of, or in the sector of having, and what in the sector of being. That it's very difficult for those people who are essentially living in the having structure of sitting still and doing nothing, or even thinking nothing and not talking. They get very anxious after 5 minutes or earlier, because this actually constitutes one very pure form of being, to be and not to think about anything, and to be quiet and in a peculiar way happy in the act of being. This is me, here I am, I sit, I see the light. And there's no purpose to it. By having is always a purpose, getting something. Being, in its last sense, has no purpose. It is just being. And one could also say in philosophies or religions based on being is that which is sacred. Because in a way, being is life, as against acting purposefully to make a living, which most people think about, even if they have nothing, because they have nothing else to think about.